Hello everyone, I am Catechus, and today we will be continuing our guided walkthrough for Breath of Fire 3. Last episode we found yet another teleporter in the colony, but now we're back where we started. Great. This episode we will explore a broken down relay to see if we can get back to where we were. Now sit back and grab some snacks as we dive in. Alright, and here we are with the greatest team ever to be present in this playthrough. I really don't know where I was going with that one. Now, this episode, because we're stuck at the Steel Beach for a while, I figured I'd just start in the dungeon and quickly go over the enemies. Now, this is both the enemies in the Steel Beach and the Relay dungeon, so I'm just going to mix them all up. We have the Bolt Archer, Bolt Mage, Codger, and Tank Bot. We're used to all those guys by now, but then there are three new ones. First off, the Dragonfly, which is weak to death, strong to earth because he's a flying boy. For abilities, he has the learnable Snap, which is an attack that lowers the target's defense, and Chlorine, which poisons the target. Next up is the Insector, which is weak to status, with no real strengths though. For abilities, he's the learnable Tornado, which can fatally wound random targets, even the user's team, so it's not great. Then Typhoon for a wind attack to the party, and Devour to steal HP from a target. And finally, the Reaper. He is weak to flame and holy, strong to death, go figure, and has two abilities, both learnable: multi-strike for multiple low damage hits, and focus, which raises the user's power by 2. Oh, gotta catch my breath. Anyway, that out of the way, I guess we're gonna fight a Bolt. BRB. Well, Bolt Archer, but anyway, yeah, loads of fun. Now, this dungeon does not have a boss, so with the many battles we will get into, feel free to use everyone's AP as necessary. But, well, speaking of which, here's another fight. BRB. There we go, regular Bolt and Archer down. Now, if you recall, last episode, we were kind of tasked with going back to the portal room, which is what we're doing. Just gotta go down this linear path here real quick. And down in here, get into another fight. Oh boy, yeah, lot of encounters this episode. Oh, but we have two new ones, the Insector and the Dragonfly, and of course they get to go first. Why? The pain. Someone close the window. It's a bit whooshy in here. Ow. Go get him. There we go. Pecco's just swatting these flies. But I'm just gonna hit auto battle. Why not? Ow, or maybe not. Ow. Ow, that hit the Momo hard. Oh, I hope that doesn't finish her off. Momo, please don't die. Oh, good. She got to heal. Yes! I don't even know if there's a back to this chair. That's how on edge I was. But yeah, here's Tornado, and you'll see it has the ability to hit the user and the user's team, and Pecco almost got KO'd. But at least Pecco and Momo leveled up. I guess silver lining. Oh man, wow, Momo, you have all the brains. Okay, well that fight was awful and a bad sign of things to come. We've gotta heal up. Alright, anyway, at this intersection, just going to the north here will lead us back to the portal panel room where we previously investigated this, that there's an error with the antenna. So we gotta find that. Hooray, because yeah, we can't use this yet. Fantastic. Now, to get to the antenna to fix it, we gotta go in the opposite direction at that intersection, and hooray, another fight. Oh, we got the Reapers. Okay, well, I'm gonna charge and hope for better, as they, I don't know, take some roids and focus. Oh, of course, both of you. Fantastic. I'm gonna need you guys to actually take them out quick. There's one. Pecco, please. Dang dang it. Well, this could hurt. Or not. Multi-strike and hit once. Oh well, they're not too bad. However, in the future, we will be fighting versions of these guys that are a right pain in the butt. But that's future Ryu's problem, am I right? But anyway, following the path, we do not want the first staircase, we want the second staircase, and more fights. BRB. Just a couple more Reapers with a single hit multi-strike. Not gonna complain. But anyway, we just want to follow this path up here into the next area. Now, in here is going to be the bane of your existence if you're trying to do this on your own without a guide. But if we follow the path, we will eventually get to 4 switches. Now, before we interact with them, we want to read the monolith. Why is it a monolith? It reads, Jack Instruction Manual. Let's give it a skim. Each of the 4 switches can be pulled once. More than one jack can be linked to a single switch. Press this button to initialize all jack positions. Do you want to reset? Yes, we will be resetting frequently. Now, in order to get all the items in the area, what we want to do is switch the blue switch. So that's the one here in the northeast. Raise that up, and we're going to follow this path through a door. And then follow this into a fight. BRB. Oh, it's a tank bot. Hey, we haven't fought one of those yet. Well, that was easy. They're not much of a tank. I think the multi-bots were harder. Now, there's going to be other monoliths as we go through, and we can read them, but they're not really helpful. I don't know. They don't make any sense to me. I think they're supposed to be hints for the switches, but I don't get them. Anyway, following that path down the stairs, we will get the hourglass item, which will stop enemies for 3 turns. But now that we have that, we're going to go back to the 4 switches, and we're going to reset them because that's all we wanted from the blue one. And you don't have to read this the entire time. If you say no, you'll just get the option to reset. Makes life a lot easier. Now we want the kind of light green or teal switch in the southeast corner. We're going to raise that up, and we're going to follow this around. Luckily, there's really only one path when you operate the switches, but always fights. Stupid Codger went and exploded my Momo. That did so much damage, she blew her up. Luckily, she didn't die, though. A lot of damage, though. Alright, now that that's over, again, follow the single path we have right now. Over this beam here, and we will get another treasure for a lacquer staff for Nina. If you're using her, it's probably a good item. All darn fights. Oh, the bugs are atrocious in this game. Why? Oh, they cause nothing but pain and misery. Stupid Insector didn't even stay around for the fight. They ran away like a little wuss. Anyway, you probably guessed it, we got the item, so we want to go back to the 4 switches and reset them once more. Alright, now that they're reset, we're going to hit 3 switches. We're going to start with the blue one, then the teal one, and then the brown one. And then we're going to go to the west under the red beam, and we're going to climb up the stairs and follow it around. Nice and easy, like. Now that we're up here, because we raised the brown one, we can walk under it and continue the dungeon. Now that we're up here, what we're going to want to do is get in a fight, of course. What else would it be? Oh man, Peko swatted 3 dragonflies in 1 turn. That was awesome. Anyway, back in the corner here, there's a little satchel where we can grab 4 grand, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I always have trouble with this, but there's a pathway here on the other side of the stairs, and we can use that to work our way around to the next set of stairs up. Now, in here is kind of an annoying puzzle, and you can get a hint if you look at this giant whiteboard, I guess. I don't know. But the door switch is on the terminal in the center of the room. Use the 3 moving platforms to access it. Yep, and that's all it tells you. Now, if you step on a platform, you are going to move in the direction until you hit something, and you can't stop or do anything. But in short, the solution is we're going to go to this one in the north corner, and we're going to ride it to the southwest here, specifically in that direction. Now we're going to take the platform that's currently in the west corner, and we're going to ride it to the southeast. Now what we're going to do is come to the opposite corner that we just got off, and we're going to ride it in the northeast direction. Now what we're going to do is keep riding this around the room, kind of in a counterclockwise fashion. How you were ever supposed to figure this out on your own, I won't ever know or understand. But now that we've transferred over the platforms and got off, what we're going to do is come up to here, and we're going to ride it in the direction towards the middle. And it's not automatic. You kind of have to like wiggle around here, and then it will open the door. It's a neat puzzle idea, but I hate it. Anyway, now that the door is open, we're gonna head on through. Now that we're in here, we're gonna get in a fight. Of course, BRB. Just a couple more dragonflies. I swear there's an infestation here. Anyway, up these stairs, and we're gonna hook around on the second level here, and we're gonna grab ourselves a lacquer shield. And I'm going to equip that one. Oh boy. You know, Ryu's defense is less than Peko, so I'm gonna give it to Ryu there. Anyway, now that we have that, we're gonna continue up to the right here, and we're going to get in another fight. Of course, why not? Just more bugs. Why? So icky. But now that we're outside through that door, we can grab the Barbarossa. So if you want, you can equip that to Ryu. It is a thunder weapon. I think we could buy that in Combinat. I don't quite remember. That was a while ago. But anyway, it's a bit more damage, but it slows him down. It's up to you. I don't really like weapons with elemental properties. I know I say that having a holy sword right now, but the difference is if they're not weak to holy, they're usually neutral to it, so it's a bit safer. Also, the Reapers here are weak to holy, so it's a win-win. Speaking of which, kinda had a fight with one, and Peko leveled up. Awesome. Man, he's getting so strong. Anyway, now that we're in this next room, what we're going to do is find these stairs and follow them down and around to a skilling, the final treasure of this dungeon. Oh man, already? I just had a fight. But there we go, just a Kadra and tank bot, and Ryu leveled up. Nice. Okay, now that we're outside, what we're going to do is just follow kind of a linear path. Unlike before, this looks like it's a machine you need to interact with. It's not. We can just skip it and ignore it. It's just decorations. But the fights aren't. Those are real. Yep, the tank bots are definitely real. Alright, outside once again. All we gotta do is climb up this ladder, and now we have a bit of a minor mini game with the antenna. We got to align the portal antenna. Yeah, so what we gotta do is change the direction of the antenna, and we are looking for the least amount of static. And then we accept it. So let's give it a shot. Ah, that's a lot of static. Oh, this hurts my earballs. Still some static. Like here, maybe? Hey, we did it! That celebration noise is so weird. But there we go. We reinitiated the portal. Unlike most games that would give you an easy way out, no, we gotta walk all the way back down to the portal device. Which means even more fighting! BRB. Okay, I hate Magic Shuffle. It KO'd Peko during the fight, but his guts were high. But I guess to make up for it, Momo leveled up, so that's pretty cool too. Oh, and we got a Wisdom Fruit? Never mind. Fight was worth it. Again, I think I said it before, but make sure to hold on to those. We're definitely going to want them in the future. I don't know why I healed Ryu and Momo. I wasn't thinking. Anyway, yeah, we just have to retrace our steps out of the dungeon. Oh boy. Luckily, it's a linear path for a good portion. But the fights, jeez. Okay, that Reaper, I don't think saw it coming. He was KO'd so fast. But yeah, just do. Gotta retrace our steps. Down here, out the door. Now that we're in here, we're back at the platform room, but we don't need them. Just gotta go down the other stairs. Oh, and another fight. Boy, howdy, am I starting to miss that evac spell from Dragon Quest games. That was super handy. Alright, one more flight of stairs down, and we're back in the room with the 4 switches. But yeah, we still gotta wrap our way around in a clockwise fashion here. Now, we don't have to reset them. We don't have to do anything of the sort. We can just ignore them. But go up this other staircase so we can go down this said staircase. And now it's a straight shot to a fight. Fantastic. Just more bugs. Awesome. Love bugs. Those are great. Now, one thing though, we are not going to use the portal because again, there's another long series of events after we do that. So really what I'm going to do is get another fight, BRB. But no, in reality, we're going to leave to the world map once again because I'm also going to give a little bit of homework. So yeah, that means we're going to fight more bolts in the steel ship portion. Oh boy. So yeah, definitely some more bolts. Loads of fun. We're almost out. I can smell the fresh air. But it's gonna have to wait a moment longer. Okay, now that those acorns are busted, can we make it outside? Come on! Yes! Oh man. But anyway, I mentioned homework. So before we go back across the sea, in the direction of Combinat, what we should do is prepare ourselves with some tasty fishes. So with that, what I'm going to do is try to get enough fish to get 1 royal sword and 1 life armor. So for basically Ryu, because I don't have Ray or Gar in my team. If you have them, you may want, maybe 2 life armor. But either way, for 1 of each, we're going to need 4 Barandi, which are found west of the northern checkpoint in the Donna region, and they like frog-type bait. And then we're going to want 4 spearfish, which is found either at Combinat, so we don't really need them now, and they like fish-type. But yeah, with that out of the way and homework given, let's head back to camp. And I don't think anyone's dialogue has changed. Nope, it's all the same. So with that, I think this is where we're going to call it quits. This has been part 44 of our Breath of Fire 3 guided walkthrough, where we fix the relay and can use the teleporter. Stay tuned for the next episode as we shop at a Manillo and continue the story. And I don't want to give spoilers, so that's where I'm going to leave it. So if you like the episode, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as it'll help the channel grow. Thanks.